Hey, this is Jeff Jacobs of the Jeff Jacobs Band. This is another great episode of ETX Rocks featuring Sweet Chaos.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, I am your host, Boston Chris, and this is another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Y'all are tuned in to episode number 260. Unbelievable stuff. We've been doing this for 2 years, and I gotta say, within probably 6 months of us starting this project, we reached out to an all-girl band that we heard about from the Dallas-Fort Worth area named Sweet Chaos, and it's only taken us about 15 months to get them on the show. But here they are. They're finally here in the ETX Rocks living room. And as you guys know out there, we are super proud of the fact that I believe we are the only all-genre show in the entire state of Texas. There are shows like us that do country music. There are shows like us that do rock music. I believe we are the only show that does both. So anytime we have a rock band in the house, we're really excited because there is a lot of country music here in Texas. So. But obviously you guys are not country music, and that's a good thing, believe me. But you guys did bring all your equipment today. You're going to play us some songs. So tell us a little bit about the first one, how you guys wrote it, and what the song's about.
So the first one, we wrote most of it totally together in an hour or two.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Sheep, too.
Sheep.
Sheep.
And it's basically about I guess fake, people who act like somebody they aren't.
Yeah.
Who just try to fit in with the crowd. That's the whole...
whatever, they're following a sheep.
So 85% of America, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you guys are trying to count this song, do you guys fall asleep?
That'd be a
Hashtag
good
dad
show.
jokes, y'all. Hashtag dad jokes.
Falling asleep.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to show you this song. It's called Sheep by Sweet Chaos. You gotta check it out.
Non-existent people, what a shame.
so we are back once again. Sweet Chaos is in the house. We have Payton and Sydney, maybe the coolest duo in Texas, y'all. Can you believe the sound they're getting out of just two of them? All-girl band and a two-piece band as well. And so Sydney and I were talking a little bit outside about what, kind of inspired her to play lead guitar with a bass. So I want you to tell me what you told me out there.
So, okay, we've always been fans of Royal Blood, but that's actually, and a bunch of people ask us about that.
Like, the first time,
our first concert we went to together was Royal Blood.
Yep.
But that actually isn't, like, what inspired us to do it. We used to be a four-piece, and we lost our bassist, and so one of the shows we had already scheduled it when we lost her, so I was like, I'll just pick up bass for this show, and then it just stuck, and then we lost our guitarist. So it was like, well, do we bring in a guitarist, or do we attempt to just do it with, like, two of us? So I was like, we'll just get a pedal board and figure out how to do it ourselves.
We were covering Out of the Black by Royal Blood, since the start.
Yeah.
And Figure It Out.
Figure It Out was our
too.
first.
I think it's cool how you can just kind of transform a pedal board into a full band almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I didn't know what to expect today because your parents were telling me, yeah, they're going to play full band, and then they're telling me at the same time they're only bringing two girls, and I was like, something's not translating here. But then I see it live, and it makes so much sense that I don't understand why more folks aren't doing it, because you guys don't have to worry about commitment from other band members or have to worry about chemistry issues and things like that. And I imagine it makes it so much easier for y'all as artists, too, to create music, because you don't have to incorporate so many different parts and different people's influences and things like that. So how did you guys meet?
We both we go to School of Rock. We were both at different ones, and the person who kind of helped start Sweet Chaos was helping us look for a drummer, and she was like, oh, there's a girl at another School of Rock, why don't we set up a practice with all of you? And so we did one practice together, and we were like, yeah, this is cool,
It was a
like
really
each other.
awkward first practice.
It was, but
we didn't talk for the first 3 months of practicing. It was really it was just kind of okay, next song. It was just
so it was like a season of Big Brother then, basically.
Yeah.
It was we're living in the same house, but we don't talk to them. So. It's hard to talk over that rhythm section anyway, right? It's like going on a first date to the movies. You can't talk at all. Makes no sense. So it was basically School of Rock that put you guys together.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And so, I mean, obviously you guys are both young, and I'm sure people out there are probably saying, Boston, you haven't asked the obvious question. How old are you guys?
I'm 18.
And I'm 16.
Wow. And so you guys not only are rocking out really young, but it's pretty obvious by seeing y'all play that you've been doing this a long time. So tell me a little bit about how each of you got started with music and why this has become so important to your lives.
Okay, well, I started playing piano when I was 5, and I did that for a really, really long time until probably about 7 years, and I started adding on other instruments. And then when I went to School of Rock, that's really when I started playing rock music and really enjoying performing. And yeah, it really developed musicality and what I really love to do, and I realized that I really wanted to play in a band.
Yeah. That's awesome. Same question.
That's almost the same for me. I started playing piano when I was 6, and then I played that for a while, but I kind of got bored of classical music because my family was always playing rock music in the house. I used to go, I think AC/DC was my favorite band when I was 8. So
you were raised well.
Yeah, yeah. And then I moved to School of Rock, and then discovered more instruments. I tried out drums, and I was like, whoa, this is cool.
Much to the chagrin of your parents, I bet. Drums? Why drums? Come on, we bought you a dang piano. So how important was it for that kind of classical background? Now that you guys are rocking it out,
piano's it's one of the hardest instruments to learn. There's a lot there's a lot of like vocabulary, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of like
Terminology.
yeah, that really like translates well to other instruments, or when you're like discussing things with musicians, it's just
Yeah.
kind of need to like know that basic.
Yeah.
So what was that moment for each of you where, you know, obviously a lot of times when you start as a musician, it starts as a hobby or, you know, something to just keep you out of trouble. But there's a moment usually for each artist where it just kind of dawns on you that this is what I want to do. This is what I'm meant to do. Do you guys, are you able at a young age to identify what that moment was for you, or has it even happened yet?
I think just seeing people play concerts, like I've always been like, since I was little, like I want to do that. Like I've always like just like I used to never think it would be possible, you know what I mean, like to play on a stage or to play with a band. Like I was always just like, oh wow, that's really cool, you know, like I wish I could do that. But now like I've kind of made that happen, you know what I mean, like we get together and we just play on a stage and it's just super fun, and it's like I love what we do.
Right. Pretty much the same thing for you, or was it a different kind of experience?
It was kind of the same. Well, whenever I was young, starting out, I mean, I always loved music. Even before I could play it, I'd, like, attempt to play piano. My dad, like, taught me green sleeves, I think, and I played it every single day. And I just never stopped. Like, I used to play with all my friends, and one by one, they just stopped playing. And I never wanted to stop.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to, like, learn more instruments, learn more, like, different songs, different types of music. And whenever I started playing with School of Rock and actually performing, after watching people perform, I realized, like, I really love it, and I feel really comfortable on stage, and it's just fun for me.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys saw a little bit, just a smidgen of what these girls bring. I mean, we're in a living room environment with like 8 people in the house right now. So to see them rock out like that and picturing thousands of people, I mean, you guys rocked it like you were in an arena. And even at a young age, they've shared the stage with some incredible musicians, people like Bowling for Soup, and played some incredible venues, festivals, the International Guitar Fest. You guys have been awarded by magazines and stuff like that, and neither one of them is over the age of 18. That's crazy. So, I mean, do you guys ever sit there and think about the stuff you have accomplished? Does it ever really blow your mind, or are you just too busy living it?
I'm kind of in the moment. Like,
Yeah.
I think about it sometimes mainly as it's happening, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy, and I love this. Like, especially the Bowling for Soup. Like, I loved them as a kid.
Yeah.
So I was just like, wow, I'm hearing all these songs, like, live, and I just played.
Right.
So it's like, kind of both. But mostly in the moment, I'm just like, I want to, like, continue and do more and see where else we can go.
Right.
I think it's just crazy that we don't suck anymore. Like, we used to be really, really bad. And, like, I don't think we really saw that, like, two years, like, when we first started, like, it's just, we loved it so much, we didn't really care, and we just kept going.
Right.
And that, like, now we're being able to play with bands, like, for Bowling for Soup, it's just crazy.
And playing, you know, a pretty wide array of different areas, too, in Texas, you know, from your home base of DFW. They're in East Texas quite often. You guys are playing outside of DFW quite a lot as well. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we did mention in the open about country music being so predominant in the state of Texas. So how hard do you guys find it as rockers to get heard here in Texas?
Well, I know for me, I mean for both of us, like with School of Rock, we're surrounded by rock. All of our friends play rock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what we're surrounded
So not something
by.
that you ever even realize is...
Yeah. Well, Dallas, like, we mainly hang out, like, in this section. It's called Deep Elm. I don't know if you're familiar. You probably are. I mean, it's mainly rock up there, but, like, it's just a very small portion of Texas, and I don't think we don't branch out that much. This is, like, our first time kind of coming out here. No, second time. Because
Yeah.
And it's mainly rock up there, but I don't think we realize that, you know, like, the whole
So it's not something you guys really have to deal with in your
in our
geographic
little
area. So you did mention that you guys have played, is it one time that you guys have played out here in East Texas?
Yeah.
Or was it
Yes,
Clicks Live?
yeah.
And the one time was a Bowling for Soup show. Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, I was heartbroken. We had tickets for that show, and something came up where we had to be in a different part of Texas, and man, and everybody was freaking out because it was Bowling for Soup, and I was like, I bought these tickets for Sweet Chaos, by God. I don't care about. And honestly, if we had gone, we probably wouldn't have stayed for the headliner. Yeah, you know, I hope you guys will play the area a little bit more, and I'm challenging the venues out there here in East Texas to get with Sweet Chaos. Of course, if you've watched the show before, you know that we have all the promo, all the contact information will be at the end of the show where you can follow these girls and all that stuff. But I'm challenging you venues out there outside of DFW to get with these girls. Let's get them branched out a little bit more. Even if you're not in Texas, like, you know, Nebraska, Denver, places like that. I'm sure they'll play wherever they're called to play. Very, very young girls, but they're ready to rock, as you guys could see from the song a little bit earlier. And very supportive parents as well. Kind of like parents / roadies. I think you guys have 2 roadies and 2 momagers, right?
Yes. That's about how it works.
How important is it for you guys as basically adolescents to have that support behind you that are really kind of allowing your dreams to flourish?
We couldn't do it without them.
We
I mean,
couldn't
we
at all.
really couldn't at all. We would be still playing, like, in a garage or something, you know?
Yeah, and I think you guys would probably both be eating mashed potatoes while driving down the road and stuff like that. Just stories that I've heard. I don't know if they're true or not. Something about Panda Express being easy to eat while you're driving. I don't know.
You know,
I don't think
me.
that's a thing.
I'm a safe driver.
I have to eat sometimes on the way to practice.
I
So,
took a pledge.
What you do though is you have to weigh like safety with hunger,
Yeah.
right? And then you have to kind of deviate your order based on that. So like, don't order something you know is going to be messy when you're driving, you know.
Yeah.
You can
So
get.
like,
Oh, sorry. You can get like a smoothie with just get whatever
Just
you
a
want
smoothie.
and
Yeah.
just ask for a smoothie of it.
or go to McDonald's and order like a Big Mac combo and ask them to put it in a blender or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, you know. It's all going to the same place anyway. I mean, who cares, right?
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, I mean, that's something that we have to do when we're on the road. You know, it's like, okay, do I get the burger all the way, or do I just go with one with pickles? Pickles will work better because
Just the
I
pickles.
can't mess up my shirt.
Yeah.
So when your mom told me mashed potatoes, I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because I know from personal experience, I tried to eat, what was it? It was a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. And I'm scooping it out. When I got home, my beard was like white. I was like Santa Claus. I was like, okay, I'm never eating a Blizzard while driving again. I'd rather drive through a blizzard than eat a blizzard while driving. So once again, we're sitting here with Sweet Chaos. It's episode 260 of the ETX ROCKS Show already. So let me ask you this. You know, one thing I love about interviewing musicians all the time is everybody is so unique in their influence base. You know, like everybody grew up listening to different folks, and because of that, their music becomes so diversified because everybody is different. So tell me who some of your influences were growing up, and have those influences changed over time?
I'd say, well, when I was about 3, my like 2 favorite songs in the world were like Super Freak and Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. So it's always been pretty diverse.
That'd be a cool medley.
Yeah, but there was always like a bunch of rock. I think the Eagles were one of my favorite like bands before I even started school. But as I've grown up, like I've branched out even more. I think some of my biggest influences for the music we play in Sweet Chaos especially are like Muse. I love Muse.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And I mean, I can
Don
speak for
Howard.
both of us, like Royal Blood. We both love them.
What about Hailstorm? Because you remind me a little bit about of Lucy Hale.
I've listened to them. I don't know. They're not. I haven't listened to them as much as I've like listened to Muse or Royal Blood.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm inspired by tons of musicians, not even ones that I listen to like every day.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? I'm going to ask you the same question in a minute, but what are you looking for as far as a musical inspiration? Like, what does your ear pick up on the most? Is it like a riff? Is it the lyrics? Is it the melody?
It's a little bit of all of it, I'd say. I know for Muse, I pick up a lot on like Matt Bellamy's voice. Like, I love his voice. I love the riffs they come up with too. I know Royal Blood, I love the riffs.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I take from all different ones.
Cool. So who are some of your influences?
I mean, obviously Royal Blood. Ben Thatcher's probably my favorite drummer. I like Josh Dunn from 21 Pilots too. I think they're mainly my like top two because they just love what they do and they're just like super humble and they're just like out there doing what they want to do and they just like it's just super cool and it's just like I want to be that. I want to get as good as them. I want to be able to do this, you know, and I just really look up to them.
You can definitely tell you both have that drive to be almost perfect, you know, like being perfectionists within your craft. And I think that's really important, especially at your age. Because if you come into music and you're even lazy a little bit, that is going to translate to your audience. Regardless if it's a live audience or a social media audience or whatever it may be. And I'm sure your momagers are probably well aware of that fact. So don't sleep on it. That would be my advice to you guys. But I don't think you have a problem with that at all. For sure. So again, we're sitting here with Sweet Chaos, and there's so many things that are unique about these girls. Number one, they're an all-girl band. Number two, a duo rock band. Imagine that. Drums and basically bass, but the bass is not exactly a bass. It's basically a 4-string lead guitar, which is crazy to me, but completely unique. You guys are young, you're all female, you're a 2-piece rock band in the state of Texas. So, do you guys even realize how unique you are?
I mean,
yeah, I think so, to an extent.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't really think about it.
I don't either.
I'm just kind of like, I like this. It's fun.
Yeah.
And you guys get along really well. The chemistry is there. Not at all.
Not at all.
So, I mean, as soon as this interview is over, they're both going to separate dressing
See, I'm
rooms.
sitting over here for a reason.
Yeah. In fact, when they got here, Payton was like, "No, we need a couch, not a love seat." And I didn't know this was part of the contract, and she informed me I need to read the fine reading at the bottom. So, you taught me a thing today. Always read the fine print. But yeah, and the green M&Ms in the dressing room. I'll make sure those are there next time as well.
Yeah.
And we had too many red ones this time. My bad. So what's y'all's writing process like? Do you guys sit down and write together, or are you writing separate parts, kind of separately?
We
sit down
write together. Yeah, used to. When we had more members, it was like everything was totally separate. Like, we'd get one person would send like, "Oh, I like this," and we'd all write alone, like based off of that. But the past like 4 songs we've written were completely like we were together the whole time.
Yeah.
And we really like doing it like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you basically writing, like, the guitar parts and you're writing the drum parts, or, I mean, obviously you're not going to write the drum part, she's the drummer, but, I mean, are you writing some of the lyrics, too, or?
Yeah, I think we write pretty much everything
like,
together.
We start out with the, like, bass and guitar parts, and, we just kind of, like, bounce ideas off of each other, and then we'll put drums with it, and then lyrics will, like, come at any time that they come.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both write, like, I help her with guitar parts. She's like, "Oh, you should do something with the toms," or, you know. I mean,
we give each other ideas a lot.
How much outside help are you guys getting? I mean, like, you know, when you have what you feel is a finished product, a finished song, and you play it for the first time for other people's ears, are other people kind of helping you refine it, polish it up, or any of that?
Yeah.
Well, we play it for our parents, and they say if it sucks or not. That's about it.
So basically, it's like, that doesn't suck.
It usually doesn't suck. I don't think it's ever.
I don't think
they just kind of go.
I was just curious because the songs I heard today were really, really refined. And it surprised me based on your ages. And that's not a knock on y'all. That's actually a good thing. Because what I heard today was extremely polished music. And so I was just curious how much outside help, if any, y'all were getting. So that's cool that you guys kind of feel that freedom to go to your parents and kind of let them hear it. Because I know I'm not a songwriter, but I know as a listener that it probably can be pretty risky to kind of put your feelings
Yeah.
out there in a song. You know what I mean? So it's cool to hear that. And so, I mean, what are you guys' dreams really? What if you could put your dream into words? What is it?
Oh wow.
And this is when Payton can use the standard Taco Bell answer. Just so y'all know out there if you're watching.
I don't know. My dream is just like to be able to like keep doing this for as long as like we can, because I really enjoy it. I really want to like just play all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Just playing
Yeah.
is like all I ever want to do.
All right, so once again, we're sitting here with Sweet Chaos. It's Payton and Sydney, and they're a duo from Dallas, Fort Worth, and just an incredible rock band. You guys would probably consider yourselves hard rock, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, again, that's not something you hear very often outside of Deep Ellum, I guess. There are some great rock bands in the state of Texas. Some great legendary rock bands have come from the state of Texas. And you never know, you guys could be next in that vein. I think there's a good chance. You guys are young. It seems like you're committed. You know that work ethic is really important in this business, I'm sure. And so I guess my last question of this segment for you guys, and it might be the hardest one as well, is who is Sweet Chaos?
Both of us.
That was
Such a.
Are you asking or
both
telling?
of us. Both of.
I
What
don't
is
know. That's a hard question.
I don't.
Cue Jeopardy
Wait.
theme right here.
Okay, let me see. Who is Sweet Chaos? Both of us. I don't know how to answer that.
I mean,
If you were to describe yourselves
Okay.
to someone who wanted to know what y'all were about,
We don't suck anymore. There's two of us. There's a bass and some drums.
yeah, some vocals.
here and there.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's a hard question. Who's Sweet Chaos?
We can just say we don't know.
We're just,
Or we haven't figured that
We
out.
we
yet.
haven't figured it out. We're just Sweet Chaos.
We're just.
All right, so you heard it here. They don't know. They're just Sweet Chaos. I imagine you guys are probably cool with letting everybody out there figure out who you are while you guys just continue to rock their faces
Yeah.
off, right? So very cool. We're sitting here with Payton and Sydney. It's episode 260 of the ETX ROCKS Show. And guys, we're going to be right back after this message from an independent artist, and we're going to play a game with Sweet Chaos. Y'all don't go anywhere.
Ooh.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Walter from Rocket Queen. Thank you for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
All right, so we are back. Once again, it's episode 260 of the ETX ROCKS Show featuring Sweet Chaos, Payton and Sydney from the DFW area. And if you've tuned into the show before, you probably know that we like to play a game with our guests just because we like to laugh and have a little bit of fun before they hit the road. And I definitely wanted to thank you guys for spending some time with us today.
Thanks for having
And
us.
definitely thank your parents for making this happen. And I know that, you know, DFW is not exactly right down the road, so I appreciate all of y'all for bringing them and hanging out with us a little bit on this Sunday afternoon. And so we're going to play a little game with you guys, and it's called What the Heck. And the way this game works is I'm going to ask you guys probably anywhere from 7 to 10 questions. And some of these questions are silly, some might be gross, some might be deeper in nature. And I just need you guys to tell me the first thing that pops into your brain when I ask the question. Okay?
Just like a word or like.
You can say whatever you want. So it's not like word association, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. But
My mom
Oh.
goes.
yeah, this could be a train wreck or it could be a lot of fun. All right, so you guys ready to play What the Heck?
Yes.
All right, and I forgot to mention that the Magic Laptop has made an appearance. Last week, Sadie Evans turned it into a guitar. I don't know how that happened. It was pretty cool, but I had to have her like undo her powers, and the laptop is back. Hopefully, you guys won't turn my laptop into an inanimate object later, but we'll find out. But anyway, we're gonna play What the Heck. Here we go. Now, if a penguin walked through that door, okay, the penguin is wearing a sombrero on its head. Why is he here, and what does he say?
Okay, wait. First of all, this is a debate I had at school. Is it penguin or penguin? Like
Penguin.
Penguin.
Penguin. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was just
We
making
just
sure.
gotta get that out
It's like
first.
some people say penguin. Okay.
Penguin.
Sombrero, penguin.
I'm not sure, but I'm glad it's here. I like penguins.
You're glad it's here. Where would it sit? It would sit.
Well, I mean, you would just have to get away from your enemy, and it could sit right in the middle.
Yeah. It could come right here.
I mean, it is here.
Penguins aren't
It's
very
been here
big.
the whole
Of course, the sombrero might be huge.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Where'd it get the sombrero?
That's not part of the question. Just why is he here, and what does he say?
what's he gonna say? Come on, Sydney.
I don't know.
What's he gonna say?
Hello. That's like so lame. I don't know.
The penguin
He's-
says hello.
He's gonna tell Sydney that that's a bad answer.
It is a bad
All right, number 2. If you were a cannibal, do you think clowns would taste funny?
Ooh.
You know,
This is an important question.
yes.
Do you think they would
Yes,
taste funny?
Yes. But not the scary ones. Like
The scary
scary
clowns
ones.
would just taste scary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the scary clowns are the ones that you guys should eat first if you were cannibals.
It's not a bad idea.
But yeah,
First?
that is.
You know, I don't know.
I personally wouldn't eat anyone.
Yeah, I mean,
You would if you were a cannibal.
I mean,
I mean, you can't be a cannibal and not eat anyone. Like, there's not any vegetarian cannibals out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or there could be, but they're probably emaciated. I know, y'all. That's a Tuesday night word. I'm sorry. All right, number 3. Is the Girl Scouts actually a cookie brand that's just getting away with child labor?
that's a conspiracy. That's a real conspiracy. Yes. Yes, they.
Kind of messed up, isn't it?
That's. I never thought of it that
It's like the
way.
Boy Scouts are out
Yeah,
fishing
what did-
and hunting and tying
Yeah.
knots and
Yeah,
camping.
they have like a product. That's the
Yeah.
whole goal is
just
sell
sell
the
your product. Sell your cookies.
Yeah, it's messed up.
You know, I was personally a girl. Actually, no, I wasn't a Girl Scout. I never made it to the. I was like a brownie. No,
Oh.
I was a daisy. I never made it past the first round. I was bad.
And you said her answers were bad.
Yeah. You know.
So basically, Payton was a daisy and a cannibal that does not eat people. And thinks some
Yeah.
clowns taste scary. All right, number 4. What do you think is better? To be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort?
What?
Do you, think it's, do you think it's better to be born good
Born good.
or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? In other words, you were born evil, but you had to overcome it.
I'd say that. You overcame it.
But then you were mean.
Well, yeah, but are you really good if that's just like how you are? Like, you didn't put effort into being good. Like, that's just how you are. I don't know. I mean, you at least realized, like, I shouldn't be evil. I should probably overcome this and be a better person. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, and I think then you see both sides of the coin,
Yeah,
too, right?
you do.
It's less boring.
Yeah.
So basically, Payton wants to be born good,
Yeah.
and you want to be a bully
wanna-
until you realize bullying is not the place to be.
You're gonna be. What? Okay.
I don't know.
See, I thought that was a great answer, and this is the same girl who said the penguin's going to say hello. Like, that's all she could come up with, and then she comes up with a great answer like that. Amazing stuff. All right. Now, you guys are alive in the 1920s. Okay, so this version of you does not exist. You were born back then. All right? So you're used to the culture back then, the music back then, all of that, okay? Now, you run into a time traveler who has an iPhone 7 and then a Miley Cyrus ringtone comes on his cell phone. How do you react when you hear it?
I gotta really think about this one.
I know.
Um,
I think I'd be really interested in it. I mean, I don't know.
I'd probably just walk away.
Really?
I'd want to know more.
Straight, me too. I'd be like,
I'd be scared.
what is that newfangled device you have playing all that crap?
Yeah, I'd like ask them about it. I'd want to know like everything else. I'd want to hear more of it.
I don't know. It's Miley Cyrus.
But like old Miley Cyrus?
Yeah,
or
old
new
Miley
Cyrus?
Cyrus.
Like, is this including Hannah Montana? Because that's
Great
a whole
question.
different
Great
story.
question. I guess that would make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it was older Miley Cyrus, it would be okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm there with you. Like if it was Wrecking Ball or something like that that came on and Run for the Hills. Yeah. It was like. All right. So you guys both have an opportunity to name a superpower that you guys would love to have that would be completely useless in a dangerous situation.
Completely useless. Maybe to like glow in the dark. Because you're just making yourself more like you're
That'd
just
be-
drawing more attention.
That would be awesome. like you're being mugged and you run down a dark alley and like the mugger can see you the whole way. And you're just like, you can't see me. Oh, dang. You could be like anti-John Cena man. Now you have to come up with
Yeah,
one
come
too.
on. I don't know.
And you can make up a superpower as well. It doesn't have to be an actual superpower.
Oh gosh.
So like putting on perfect eyeliner or something like that could
That
be
would be the best superpower.
Yeah.
I struggle with it every day.
Do you really? I don't believe
A little
that at
bit.
all. She's lying.
It depends on the day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, so like someone's pointing a gun at you and you're just like,
Yeah.
run. Probably wouldn't work. All right, so is there an artist who's passed away that you guys would give up a year of your music to see live in concert? one
David
last
Bowie.
time? So there is one.
David Bowie right away.
I would say
Yes.
if John Bonham was still alive to see Led Zeppelin.
Cool. Great answers. Rocker chicks, y'all. Heck yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask you one more on what the heck. All right, last one of what the heck with Sweet Chaos. What happens if you get scared half to death twice?
But okay, if you're scared half to death the first time, and the next time are you scared like the half that's still left, or the remaining half?
That's what I'm asking you.
I'd like to think it just keeps going in halves. Like
Okay.
whatever's remaining.
See, now personally, I think it's a timing issue, right? So I think if you're scared half to death extremely quickly, like back to back, I think you're in a lot of trouble. But like if you're scared half to death on Tuesday and then half to death the next Friday,
Yeah.
I think you probably still have about a quarter left.
Yeah.
So you're always just cutting it in half. But you have to be careful because if it happens quickly, you're in trouble.
It's true.
What do you think, Peyton?
I'm confused. That's a lot to think about. Half.
I'd love to know where that. I'd love to know where that saying came from because a lot of times you hear a lot of these cliches and stuff like that, and they're grounded in something that makes sense after you hear it. So I want to know how someone came up with that. Man, you scared me half to death. Like, did somebody compute this out in a mathematical formula back in the 1700s? Like, I imagine Ben Franklin like sitting at his drawing table, like, I believe I was scared half to death. Let me make sure. That was a terrible Ben Franklin impression. I'm sorry to all you Quakers out there that might be watching the show, especially the one on the oatmeal. I was going to say bottle, but that's not a bottle, is it? It's like a silo. It's like a miniature silo. You heard it here. Hashtag mini silo. Yes, that would be a good punk band name. Think about that. Opening for Sweet Chaos. It's Mini Silo. So that was What the Heck with Sweet Chaos. Neither one of them won. As you guys know out there, the only way you can win What the Heck is simply by saying the words, What the Heck.
I'm not allowed to say that word. So.
Wow. So she kind of did. You kind of did win.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, so that means I won.
Well, next time we do this, what you have to do is
I was
inform
thinking
me in
it.
the fine
Yeah.
print that you're not allowed to say.
It was there. You missed it. It was third.
I think the word heck was just blocked out.
Oh,
It had like a
yeah.
Skittle logo over it, even in the fine print. So I didn't know. It was like, what, the Skittle? So, needless to say, they didn't win. Whether they can say it or not, they didn't win. So anyway, you guys are going to play another song for us. And the song is called Irrelevant, but the song is very relevant. So tell us the story behind how this song came to be.
Well, this was actually the first song that we wrote.
I wasn't in.
Yeah,
I
Payton
wasn't
actually
in the
wasn't in the band. But we gave her the drum part, and she like made it her own. So she did.
Yeah.
She wrote the drums definitely. Like
We've
she made
changed-
it way better.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
because we
You're
didn't
only
have
saying
a
that
drummer.
because she's here. You know that.
But yeah, me and actually,
I don't know. I wasn't there.
yeah, me and our old guitarist wrote it. I wrote the lyrics because all I did at that point was sing.
Yeah.
But it's basically about somebody who, I guess, like does something like wrongs you in a way, and they just become irrelevant in your life.
So you're just basically walking away from someone who
Yeah.
scared you half to death.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so you guys check it out. The song is called Irrelevant. It's live right here in the ETX Rocks living room, and it's with the one and only Sweet Chaos. Y'all check this out. so we are back once again. That was Sweet Chaos. The song was called Irrelevant. And as I was saying earlier in the show, this is a magic laptop. And so we're going to try to see. Now, normally when I snap my fingers, I'm not going to do it because it'll disappear. Trust me. So I'm not going to actually snap my fingers. But I'm going to try to transfer. That was a hard word to say. I'm going to try to transfer the power over to Payton and Sydney and see if they can make the laptop disappear. This has not been going well for me. I think one time it was transformed into a guitar. Another time it was transformed into a Louis Vuitton purse. So hopefully you guys can really focus your power on making this disappear and nothing else be in there. You want to try?
Sure.
Avada Kedavra.
Oh my God! You guys turned my laptop into a pile of wood. That is... What kind of Harry Potter crazy cuss word was that?
You know, it's a secret. It's a band thing.
What is Avada Kedavra? You guys should know you had to say it like 6 times.
It's the...
Quick, make something up.
I know, I'm trying to think. I was like, I was gonna say it's like something in Spanish, but then I was like, I can't think of a word. I was gonna say it's avocado in Spanish, and I was like, oh my God, no, that's not.
Avocado.
I think avocado is already Spanish.
That's what I was like, okay, never mind.
Tell you were thinking about barbecue.
Barbecue.
Anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, all of our audio and video and everything is on that laptop, and now all I have is 3 useless pieces of wood. So, I told you guys to focus. You call this focusing? It's crazy. Hopefully the laptop will make a reappearance on the next episode. You're going to have to tune in to find out. If you're interested in 3 pieces of wood, let me know. We are in the market for pesos this week, so just let me know. So anyway, yeah, we are here with Sweet Chaos. It's episode 260. Having a little bit of fun with my dad's sense of humor. I'm sorry for that out there. Apologize for my dad's sense of humor for y'all. Hashtag dad jokes. But if people are hearing about Sweet Chaos for the first time, where can folks follow along with everything you guys have going on?
We have Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. It's all Sweet Chaos Band. We have a website, sweetchaosband.com. A YouTube, Sweet Chaos. I think that's it. Yeah.
And you guys have an EP that's available out there too, as well, right? With iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. Cool. Do you guys have physical copies of that as well, or?
We don't actually.
Okay.
We're working on.
We're putting out some new music.
Releasing
Just
new
the
music
two
as a
of us.
2-piece.
Awesome. Very cool. I heard you guys were in the studio yesterday.
Mhm.
So how'd that go?
It was fun.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what studio are y'all using?
We were with Matt Aslanian, Aslan Audio.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very neat.
He's great.
So you guys just working on singles, or are you working towards an album, or?
We went ahead and did a single, and we're thinking about another EP.
Very cool. And so again, you can find their first EP, which is located on Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that. Their YouTube is really cool as well. There's a lot of live videos of them performing out and about, including, I think, at least one from this last Click show that I think I saw on there. Maybe it was on Facebook, I'm not sure. But it's sweetchaosband.com. It's at Sweet Chaos Band on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And if there's venues out there, since I challenged them earlier, where can they contact y'all for bookings?
sweetchaosbooking@gmail.com.
Sweet Chaos Band.
Band booking.
sweetchaosband@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yes.
And I'll spell that out. It's SWEETCHAOS band. I hope you all know that one, because I'm not helping you there. I think it's BANN. No, so make sure you're following along with everything they have going on. As I say on every single show, y'all don't realize how important it is, rather, just to hit that like or follow button on an artist page. That helps with bookings at venues. Venues really look at that kind of stuff. And it also helps the artist because, just having a following and an audience to not only play their music to, but to connect with in other ways on social media. whether it's through live videos or comments, posts, things like that. So just hit that like button if you like what you hear. These girls are phenomenal. They're still young, but very, very polished artists. You guys should be really proud of everything you're doing. I know your folks are. Or they probably wouldn't have taken the time to come out here. And I think you guys did a great job in the interview. I think you guys are destined for big, big things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. So once again, it's sweetchaosband.com. It's at Sweet Chaos Band across all social media platforms. And it's sweetchaosbandbooking@gmail.com for you venues out there that would like to have these girls at your venue. And even if you have private parties, I'm sure they would love to play for y'all as well. Again, all of their music, their debut EP is located on iTunes and Spotify and all digital media outlet places where you can buy music out there. Make sure you pick up a copy of that EP. It's very, very well done. And they're going to have new music available very, very shortly, which is always an exciting thing. If you guys are tuned into the ETX Rock Show for the first time, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow along with everything we have going on at ETX Rocks. We're located on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, the biggest thing you guys can do to help us out is smash that subscribe button down below. By doing that, it changes the algorithms on YouTube so that our videos are located more in recommended video sections on YouTube. And that means more exposure for guests like Sweet Chaos and all the other wonderfully talented people that we've featured on the show. So hit that subscribe button. As an added benefit to you guys out there that do that, you'll get advanced notification of every single video and episode that we put out on our YouTube. And that'll come directly to your email box. That means you'll get an email telling you whenever we have new content up on the page. And you'll never miss anything that we do. So hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do that unless you hit the button twice. Then we ask for your left arm and your second born. And we only do that because a lot of people won't give up their firstborn. Just a longer history with that child. I don't know, they just won't give it up. It's crazy. You would think they would do that because that child is obviously older. Right? It's going to be gone sooner. This is just deductive reasoning, y'all. But second born will take that. And we only tell them that because if you hit the subscribe button twice, you actually unsubscribe. Yeah. And that's no bueno. Yeah. Also, we want to thank everybody out there that has contributed to the show. As you know, we are a very low-budget, self-funded show, and we depend on viewers and listeners like you out there to help us keep going. And because of that, we have set up a donate link located at www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And we definitely thank all of you folks out there that have contributed to the show, including Fred and Betty Gansel from somewhere in California. I don't remember what town y'all are from. I'm so sorry. But they're very close friends of ours, and we want to thank you guys for your donation. Also, Casey Pickney of Rock House Productions, the #1 booking agency here in East Texas. Check them out on Facebook as well. And of course, we also have our live acoustic series going on all over East Texas. We are up to 7 of those shows, and the 8th one is coming out this coming Thursday. At Red Dirt Dance Hall in Longview, Texas, so make sure you're checking that out. Also, we just launched a brand new website. We're located over at www.etxrocks.show. Very important, it's .show, not .com. So etxrocks.show, and we have over 10,000 hours of content at your fingertips right there at that webpage. And sometime within the next week, we're going to have live music from Sweet Chaos playing on our internet radio playlist right there at etxrocks.show. So make sure you're checking that out as well. Almost 500 songs on our internet radio playlist and adding more every single week. So make sure you become a regular visitor of that. Definitely appreciate that as well. As always, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
that's right.
This Bring the nation to its knees, get up and forget, again and again.
Style and creed, and you can bet your socks that ETX